yourself down onto your mat into a seated position. Find a comfortable space. So if you don't want to start seated, that's fine. If you have another place that you would like to start, then please feel free. This is just for our grounding, our breath, our connection to selves. Excuse me, having a little bit of hiccups. Really hope that goes away. We're just gonna, so if you don't like starting seated, that is fine. You can start lying down. You can start standing if you want to. We always start with seated movement though, so you will have to bring yourself back down onto the mat once we start moving. So take your palms onto your knees. If you're in seated, close your eyes. Let's just give ourselves a little wiggle, shuffle from side to side, a little bit of movement into the body. Really shift into your space. Maybe draw circles with your chest, with your arms. There's no real rules about this part, so if you do want to lift those hips up, this is the one time I'm not going to tell you to glue your bum cheeks down onto the mat, so take advantage of it. What we're doing is we're just shifting around and finding our space. And I mean physical space, but also mental space as well, which is very important at this time. When you're done with your wiggling, gently bring yourself back to your center once you feel like you've found your space. Bring your palms onto your knees. And take a nice deep inhale through the nose to expand your abdomen. And exhale. Navel to spine. And inhale, fill those lungs the whole way, always using the full capacity of our lungs. And exhale. So why is it so important in these times to find that mental space? Yes, physical space is nice, but let's be honest, we probably haven't got that much of it. So mental space is even more important. So use these next 45 minutes to really focus in on you and give yourself that time and that space that you need. Maybe your mind needs a break. Maybe your body and your mind need a moment to just heal, to just focus on something that isn't negative. Maybe you're feeling a bit stressed out or scared or worried, and all of those are very valid feelings, especially at the moment. So we're just going to breathe into our lungs, fill them the whole way to the top, and exhale, release that breath, every last drop of air. And as you inhale, I want you to think of your breath as washing through you, cleansing you. And exhale. Feel yourself grounding down into the mat, evening out those sit bones. With every inhale, we grow taller through the spine, making sure we're upright. Exhale, drop those shoulders down, feel the shoulder blades melting down your spine, drawing down your back and trickling down towards the mat. And as your shoulders drop down, they create length in the neck, space between the shoulders and the ears. And just notice how much lighter you feel when you're sitting straight with your chest open. And take your focus towards your jaw. And just unlock the jaw, unclench those back teeth. And drop your tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And maybe you want to stick your tongue out a little bit. And just breathe. And if you want to as well, you can take your fingers onto your jaw and just gently start to massage that jaw. It's completely up to you if you want to do this. Maybe you just want to keep your arms down by your side, but it can be quite nice just to massage your jaw. Bring your arms down by your side. And just check in with your facial features. Make sure they're gentle. Your brow is not furrowed. You're not frowning. Soft and gentle features. So these points, your features on your face, your jaw and your shoulders, all tend to hold tension or stress very subtly. So it's important that we check in with ourselves every now and again and make sure we're unlocking the jaw, we're dropping the shoulders, we're keeping our facial features nice and gentle. And let's start to tune out our surroundings. Take that imaginary broom and start to sweep the mind clear. Sweeping away thoughts and worries. I enjoy the visual of my mind as a room, maybe an attic space that's just being swept free of any dirt or grime and left empty and clear, with only my breath rushing in and out. Gentle movement now of our head, so we're going to draw the chin towards the shoulder and gently roll all the way across to the other shoulder and then back again. Doesn't matter which shoulder to which shoulder, whatever feels good for you. Rolling that head from one shoulder to the other. Keep that breath flowing as you do. Just gentle, soft movements we use to begin with, just to waken up the body. And bring yourself back to center. And just drop that right hand in line with your right hip. Try and keep those sit bones nice and even on the mat, bum cheeks down. Reach up with your left arm and start to stretch across to the right side. So keeping those bum cheeks planted here, keep that neck long space between the shoulders and the ears. As you inhale to lengthen, feel as though someone's trying to add an inch onto the left side of your body. And exhale, you reach. And if you want to, if you're feeling flexy, feel free to drop down onto your forearms here. Really arch through the side of the body. Inhale. Keep those bum cheeks planted. Don't have a lift in the hip. Don't compromise that stretch just for a deeper, just for looking like you're going a little deeper. And gently bring yourself all the way over. Left hand in line with left hip, right arm up, bum cheeks planted, neck long. Inhale. Exhale, we reach. Keep that chest open. Top half of your body as though you're squashed between two panes of glass. Neck long. Inhale. And exhale. Gently bring yourself back to center. Roll those shoulders up to your ears, down your spine. Get into that shoulder girdle. In. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely. One more time. And exhale. Gorgeous. Take your palms, place them in front of you on the mat. And bring yourself into an all fours position, stacking your joints. So your wrists are under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide, pushing down into the mat. So if you want to as well, you can flex your feet. That is up to you. Whichever version you're doing, we're really pushing down into the mat. I want you to feel as though you're almost taking off, like you could almost lift. And maybe you just do lift your knees ever so slightly and just feel what it feels like to hover those knees, core engaged. Inhale. And if you're holding those knees above the ground, remember to breathe deep. Don't hold the breath. Really enjoy that feeling in the back of your thighs. And if you're still in your all fours, just really feel that grounding. Deep inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. One more breath if you're hovering those knees. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the knees. Untuck the feet. Deep breath. And this time when you exhale, I want you to feel like you're fogging up a mirror, like you're a dragon breathing out smoke. And again, inhale. And exhale. Feeling it in the back of your throat, almost clouding up. And this time, same thing, but with your mouth closed. This is your Ujjayi breath. You're going to feel it fogging up in the back of your throat. And maybe it sounds a little bit like you're snoring when you do that, or a little bit of a piggy sound, and that's fine. That's really, really good. That means you're doing it right. Deep inhale. Take a nice deep breath here. Tuck that right foot under and gently kick up towards the sky. So you're bending that right knee and flexing the right foot. And let's start to draw circles with our knee. Get deep into our hips. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Lovely. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Kicking out behind you and just keeping your foot in this position. And if you want to here, you can start to trickle those left fingers out in front. And maybe they stay here. Make sure that core is engaged. Your trunk's nice and steady. And if you want to, maybe you lift that arm. And maybe this is enough for you. And keep this balance. And maybe you want to reach back with the left hand and kick that right foot into your left hand. And get a nice deep stretch through the spine and the shoulders. Inhale here. And exhale, try and keep those hips even, really stretching, kicking into that foot. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Take a deep breath, let go of the foot. Whichever version you're in, place the palm, but keep the foot flexed and up. Press down through your palms. Tuck that left toe under, and you're going to push up into your three-legged dog. So pushing down through your palms, let's keep that knee bent and the foot flexed here. Draw the heel down towards the mat. Decompress through your shoulders and your spine. Try and make sure the weight is evenly distributed between your hands. Sorry, there's a bug on my mat. Really pushing down to the outside of your palms. Inhale and exhale. And very gently now, I want you to look straight ahead and almost try and shift your weight slightly forward, bringing your weight slightly across the wrist, but keeping that leg up. And maybe you want to raise the leg a little more. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to draw the knee in towards the forehead. And again, exhale, look straight ahead, bring yourself forward over the wrists. And drawing in. And exhale. Really nice, and drawing that knee in towards the forehead. And again, keeping that foot flexed, knee bent, bring yourself forward, bring yourself above the wrists. Looking straight ahead and drawing in. Exhale. Inhale, knee to forehead, and last time, exhale. And gently drop yourself back into your three-legged dog. Open up the hips, dropping that right knee back. Gazing underneath your right armpit. Inhale here. And exhale, bring yourself back down into your downward facing dog. Both feet down on the mat. Slight bend in the knees here. And just start to walk out the feet in your downward dog. If this is your first downward dog of the day, let's keep those knees bent. Really feel that decompressing through the spine, a nice straight line from the tailbone. Gorgeous. And then let's take a nice deep inhale. We're going to raise up on the balls of our feet, lifting those heels. So you're going to feel that pull on the back of your hamstrings and the thighs, the hamstrings and the calves, and lower as you exhale, heels down towards the earth. And inhale. And if your legs are not straight, don't worry. You're still focusing on the posture in this shape. It doesn't matter if you don't have straight knees, straight legs. And heels down towards the earth. And if your heels don't touch the ground, also don't worry. Inhale. Everyone has days where their feet don't touch the ground. And drawing the heels back down. That sounded very poetic, and I wish it was true. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Bring yourself forward into a plank position. Engage the core. High plank. Make sure those wrists are under shoulders. Inhale, drop the knees, but hover them. Send your bum back towards your heels and push up into your downward facing dog. Give yourself a little wiggle here. Again, inhale, drop forward, plank position. Nice and engaged. Lovely. Drop those knees, hover them. Send the bum back towards the heels, push up, downward facing. Gorgeous. And again, drop into your high plank. Float the knees, send the bum back, up into your down dog. Last time, high plank, core engaged. Drop the knees, send the bum back, up into your downward facing. Take a deep breath, gaze straight ahead, drop down into an all fours position. And maybe you need to give your wrists a little stretch here. I know I do. I also like to give my fingers a little squeezy. kind of lion-y claw thing. And that's a really technical term there, what I just said. So just give those wrists a little shake, a little squeeze, and bring yourself back into your all fours position. Take a nice deep breath here. Drop your navel to the floor, gaze up to the sky. And exhale, reverse, we're bringing ourselves into our cat-cow. And again, inhale. And exhale. And maybe you like this movement of cat-cow, hollowing out your lower back, gazing upwards. And exhale, doming the shoulders, crown the head towards the floor. Maybe you want to get a little weird, get a little shake on, get a little wiggle on, get into your bums, your hips. Maybe you want to draw circles with your body. Maybe you just want to hang out in a kind of wiggly chance pose. Maybe you want to roll up through your spine. Do whatever you want. These are your breaths. Get involved. Wake up that body. Wake up every single limb. Wake up your arms, your shoulders, your hips, your spine, your neck. Do what you need to do. Take these little moments. Really breathe into that stretch. Take a nice deep breath here and gently bring yourself back into your all fours position, pushing down with your palms. And let's take our other side. So left foot, we're flexing it. We're sending it up with the knee bent. So left knee bent, left foot flexed. Drawing that core in, make sure you're nice and engaged. And let's do our circles with our knees to open our hips. So we go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Back the other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Really lovely. Bring it back. Flexed foot, bent knee. And maybe you want to trickle those right fingers out. And maybe you're good here. Maybe you want to lift that arm. And maybe you're good here, nice and engaged, keeping that balance. And maybe you want to reach that right arm all the way back and kick that right foot in. Kick that left foot into your right hand. And give yourself a stretch here. And breathe. Whichever version you're in, just hold. Trying to keep that balance. Inhale. Lovely, well done. Inhale here. And if you want to as well, you can try and flex your right foot as well, which makes it a lot harder to keep that balance. Take one more deep breath. Gently let go of the hand, but keep the foot flexed and the knee bent. And that's my knee cracking. Take a nice deep breath and push down through your palms. Tuck that toe under and push up into your three-legged dog, keeping the knee bent, the foot flexed. Evenly distribute the weight here. Take a nice deep breath and really push down through the palms. And then dropping forward, gazing straight ahead and just hinging yourself forward to bring your weight over the wrists. And then knee in towards the forehead, curving the spine. And again, opening up, pull the chest forward, gazing straight ahead. And curve the spine, down the shoulders, knee to forehead. And again, looking straight ahead. Keep this foot flexed the whole time, drawing it. And again, really nice everyone. And once more. And flex the foot. Gently bring yourself back into your three-legged dog. Open that hip gaze underneath your left armpit. Keep that foot flexed. Inhale. And exhale. And gently bring that foot back down. Bring yourself back into your downward facing dog. And just pressing down through the palms. And just take your feet really wide. Maybe you want to take them about as wide as your mat. And keep pushing down through those palms. You can keep a little bend in the knee here if you want to as well. And we're going to slowly start to walk our hands back. Bring our bum towards our heels. And we're just going to drop back into our Malasana, our squat, our yoga squat. And maybe it's a little bit early in the class for a squat, but we're just going to give ourselves a little wiggle here. So just move around. So we're just opening up the hips. Maybe you just want to chill in your Malasana, bringing your feet down and just using your elbows to split your knees even wider apart. Maybe you want to give yourself a little bounce. And maybe you just want to kind of groove around here, move from one foot to the other. Maybe you want to keep your hands on the mat. And maybe you don't. Maybe you want to wave those arms around and get a little bit funky and weird. Do whatever you need to do. We're really getting into our hips here. Take a nice deep breath. And let's start to walk our hands back, forward, and bring ourselves back into our downward facing. Really nice, everybody. Gazing between your legs, take a nice deep breath here. Inhale, you're going to send your right leg all the way back towards the sky into your three-legged dog, and gently draw the knee in towards the chest and plant that foot down. Bring yourself into a lunge position, drop the back knee. Low lunge, left leg on the ground. Bring your arms up in line with your ears, hips squared to the front. Inhale here, and exhale. And maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to take it a little bit further and split the arms. So we're going to send our left arm forward and our right arm back so that we take a twist. So if you're pregnant, please avoid the twist, stay in the low lunge. Take a nice deep breath here. Maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to reach that right arm back towards your left calf and reach the left arm over the top of your head. And breathe, feel that deep bend in the spine. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale, windmill, both hands round on either side of that front foot. Straighten that front leg, flex the right foot and bend the back knee. Inhale here. Exhale, folding forward. So we're getting a nice, deep, juicy hamstring stretch here. And if you ever have any injuries or pain in your hamstring, this stretch is a really, really lovely one. But you just want to make sure that your back stays nice and straight, which is quite hard. You do tend to curve over, and I do it as well. So I really have to check in with myself and make sure that I'm gazing straight ahead and keeping the spine nice and straight, the neck long. Inhale. Exhale, feel that pull on the back of your hamstrings. Deep breath. And gently pivot forward, plant that right foot, bending at the front knee, arms up in line with your ears, drop the shoulders, and maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to split your arms, left arm forward, right arm back, twist. Maybe you want to drop that right arm back, left arm over the top. Inhale. Gorgeous, well done everybody, inhale. Lovely, looking good. And gently windmill those arms back around and hamstring stretch. Straighten that right leg, flex the right foot, bending the left knee, gaze straight ahead and fold, getting deep into that hamstring. And breathe. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, we try and fold deeper into the stretch. So when we exhale, it's easier to get deeper into the stretch. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Really enjoy that feeling of the pull at the top of your hamstring. And then gently plant that right foot. You're going to tuck that left toe under and lift the back leg. And gently bring your arms up in line with your ears into your lunge position. Take a nice deep breath here. Gorgeous, well done, well done, well done. Gently plant that back foot and bring yourself into your warrior two. Tuck that tailbone under, gaze down those front fingertips. And just hold for me because I've lost the stream on Facebook. Breathe into that warrior two. Make sure that back foot is turned out. And front foot facing straight ahead. Lovely, tuck that tailbone in. Arms in line with your ears, gorgeous. Really, really lovely, everyone. There's no point in me doing this. I'm just gonna focus on you guys. Okay, right leg facing straight ahead. Inhale. And turn that palm facing upwards. Take a nice deep breath and just trickle those left hands down the back of the left leg. Right arm up and over. Gorgeous, into your reverse warrior. Well done, lovely. And if you want to take the left arm all the way around, touch your right thigh, then please do sink into that right thigh. Deep inhale here. Exhale. Gently open the arms back to your warrior two. Turn your palms outwards, pivot forward, and come down with your arms open, chest open. Take a deep breath here. Maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to take a bind, bringing your arms underneath the leg, right arm underneath, left arm over the top. Keep that chest nice and open. And everybody now take a nice deep breath and straighten that front leg so both legs are straightened. If you are in a bind, keep that straight leg bind. Otherwise, you will now be in your triangle pose and breathe. And everyone in your bind now meet us in triangle. Right hand in line with right foot, left arm up. So triangle is all about your alignment. So what I want you to do is take your left hand now and place it on the small of your back and just push your hips into alignment. So you'll feel them become in line with each other, your legs in line. Imagine that you've been popped into a toaster. Reach that left arm up so it's above your right arm and gaze up at your extended arm if you can. Take a nice deep breath here. And gently bring yourself up to standing. Take your hands onto each hip bone and pivot yourself towards the front of the room. Finger and thumb on either side of your hips, and we're going to start to bring ourselves forward, lowering ourselves, hinging through the hips. And maybe you're happy with halfway. Maybe you want to bring your hands down on either side of that front foot. Maybe you want to take hold of the shin, hold of the ankle. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. In your pyramid, both legs nice and straight, trying to glue the torso to the thigh. Take a nice deep breath here. Place those palms flat, bend the front knee and step back into your plank position. And maybe you will just want to push straight up into your downward facing dog, and maybe you want to join me for a vinyasa here. Tucking those elbows in and coming down through your chaturanga. Push forward, upward facing. Pushing back, downward facing dog. And just hold your down dog for now. Breathe into that downward facing dog. Push down through your palms. Lovely, everybody. Give your knees a little bend. Just start to walk out the feet. And really, really breathe, drawing that navel in towards your spine. And if you do want to go outside and cheer for the NHS, now is your moment to go and do it, because I can hear everybody doing it. It is 8 p.m. I don't know if you guys are doing that still in London. Apparently we are here. But I'm going to give you guys this moment. Otherwise, feel free to take a child's pose. I see some people have left the room to go do that. We're just going to give them a minute. Just otherwise, just take your child's pose, heels together, knees apart. Bring your forehead down onto the mat. Lovely, well done, everybody. And I'm just going to take this moment to sign back into Facebook. I'm really sorry, everyone. I lost you. Oh, they're letting off fireworks here. It's going crazy. Okay. So if you are in your child's pose, just sinking down onto the mat. Sorry, everyone on Facebook, I lost you. If you are cheering for the NHS, then lovely. Otherwise, just meet us. We're just taking our child's pose for now. Taking a nice deep breath. And then place your palms nice and flat, tuck those toes under, and push back into your downward facing dog. Walk the feet out. And let's take the same thing on the other side. Send that left leg up towards the sky into your three-legged dog. And breathe here. And then send that knee in towards the chest. Plant the left foot, grounding down into the mat. Left ankle under left knee. Coming into your lunge. And drop that right knee down onto the mat. Right foot untucked. Deep low lunge. Lovely. And bring those arms up in line with your ears. Drop those shoulders down. Inhale. And exhale, sinking into that hip opener. Gorgeous, well done. And if you're happy here, then lovely. And if you want to go a little further, we're going to split the arms and take a twist. Open that, send that right arm forward, left arm back. Take a nice deep breath. And maybe you're happy here. Well, it's kicking off here. And maybe you want to go a little further and send that left arm back towards your right calf. Right arm over the top. Inhale. And if you can still hear my instructions, then well done. Take a deep breath wherever you are. And let's windmill those hands back around on either side of that front foot. Gorgeous. Straight the front leg, hamstring stretch, flex your left foot. Left hamstring stretch. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, trying to fold forward. Folding ourselves over that calf, over that thigh. One more discombobulated. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Try and keep that spine nice and flat. You might find that one side is a little bit easier to sink deeper into. Inhale. And exhale, really, really sink deep into that stretch, drawing your torso towards your thigh and feeling the pull on the back of your hamstring. Deep breath. And pivot forward, plant the left foot, sink into that right thigh, lunging on the left-hand side, arms up in line with your ears. Maybe you're happy here. Maybe you want to split the arms, right arm forward, left arm back, twisting. If you're pregnant, please avoid this twist. And if you want to, you can bring that left arm back, right arm over the top. Deep breath, inhale. And exhale, windmill those arms around on either side of the front foot. Straighten that front leg, flex the left foot, bend the back knee, hamstring stretch. Inhale, we lengthen. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale, really feel yourself sinking in. Really, really indulge in that hamstring stretch. I find that hamstring stretches can be really indulgent as you push yourself deeper into them and really feel how tight those muscles truly are. Inhale. And then gently bring that left foot forward, grounding that left foot, tuck that right toe under and lift the back knee. And when you're ready in your own time, really making sure you've got that balance between the 2 feet, gaze straight ahead. Bring the arms up in line with your ears into a lunge position. Inhale here. Bring yourself up slightly. Make sure that tailbone is tucked under. Make sure that you're nice and aligned. Turn that right foot out. Left foot facing the front. Warrior two, tuck your tailbone under. Lovely. Make sure that back leg is nice and straight. Front knee over your front ankle. Inhale, arms in line with your shoulders. Gaze down that front fingertip. And start to pivot forward. And maybe you want to turn that left wrist. And gently trickle those right fingers down the back of your right leg. Left arm up. Reverse warrior. And if you want to take a half bind, bring your right arm around to touch your left thigh. And breathe here. And exhale. Sink into that front knee bend. Inhale. Gorgeous, everyone. Well done. If I can see you all look lovely, and I'm sure even the ones I can't see you all look lovely as well. And undo that bind, warrior two. Turn your palms to face outwards. We're going to pivot forward, keeping those arms open, opening the chest, front knee bend. So maybe you're happy here, and maybe you need a little bit less. So take your left forearm to your left thigh, your right arm up and over into your extended side angle. But make sure you're not just hanging out at the pub. Make sure that you're lifting up that chest and keeping yourself nice and open. And maybe you want to go even further and take a bind, left arm under, left leg, right arm over the top. And really keep that chest nice and open. Deep breath. And from wherever you are, we're going to straighten that leg. So you're either going to be in a straight leg bind or you're going to be in your triangle pose. Whichever version you're in. Take a deep breath here. Everyone in your bind, bring yourself into your triangle. So your left hand is in line with your left ankle. And if you want to take that right hand into the small of your back and start to push your hips into alignment. So push in the small of your back. Really feel yourself moving into alignment, and you'll notice exactly how uncomfortable it is really to be completely aligned. So like I always say, if you feel uncomfortable in this pose, you're probably doing it right. Gazing up at your extended arm. Take a nice deep breath here. And gently bring yourself upright. Bring your finger and thumb onto your hip bones and steer yourself to the front. And maybe you want to step that back foot in slightly. And you're going to start to pivot forward, hinging forward through the hips. So maybe you come to halfway. And maybe you want to start to draw your hands down towards the ground. And start to glue your torso onto your thigh into your pyramid pose. Maybe you want to step that back leg in even more. And inhale. And if you feel like you're curving the spine, so for example, on my other side, I would have kept myself more upright, but on this side, I can get deeper into the stretch because my hamstrings are a lot looser on this side. So I'll glue my torso down onto the thigh, keep my spine nice and straight and fold forward. And maybe you want to bring your hands onto your ankle or your calf. If you've got blocks or you've got two big chunky books, you can hold onto those. Otherwise, just gently pivoting yourself forward. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, place your palms flat and step back into your downward facing dog. And walk your feet out here. Take a nice deep breath, gaze straight ahead, slight bend in the knees, and step, jump or float through into a seated position on your mats. Bend your knees, plant your feet nice and flat. Feet and knees parallel like train tracks. You want to kind of bring them together. And we're going to take everyone's favorite boat pose because we need a little bit of abs. Everyone needs abs in their life. So there's 3 versions. They're all perfect. Just depends which one you want to take. You can bring your arms out slightly behind you and just lift your feet. Make sure that you're keeping, or you can bring them in line. You can bring your arms wherever it works for you to balance. I like to bring them behind. You're going to bring your legs into a tabletop position. Keep your spine nice and straight. Engage your core neck lock. And maybe you want to take this a little further and you want to bring your arms in line with your legs. So you're balancing on those sit bones. Try and keep the spine straight. And maybe you're feeling like even that's too easy and you want to straighten the legs. And they will probably shake. And it's quite satisfying. So let's hold here. 3 breaths, whichever version you're doing. 3, 2, lovely. You will look good. Let's go for a couple more breaths. Not that I'm trying to torture you. Give me 1 more here. And 1 more for luck. Gently draw your knees in towards your chest and just give yourself a little hug. And then straight those legs out. Bring your hands behind you. We're going to take our reverse plank. So either you're going to send those sit bones, those hips up towards the sky. Bring your feet flat. Or taking your knees bent and lift the hips into a tabletop position. Taking them as high as you can. Whichever version you do is absolutely wonderful. Keep those hips nice and high and breathe. Inhale. And if you're feeling very, very strong, you can lift 1 leg at a time, which I'm definitely not going to do, but you are very welcome to. Inhale. And exhale. Keep those hips high. Lovely. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Very gently rolling back down. Bend your knees. And give yourself a little hug. Forehead down onto your knee. And just gently, we're going to start to roll down onto the mat. So bring your arms back in line with your knees. And you're going to peel yourself back, 1 vertebra at a time, rolling down onto the mat. Roll, roll, roll. Nice and slowly. The slower you go, the better it is for your abs and your core. Nice and slow. Peel the whole way down, 1 vertebra at a time. Head and neck are the last things to come down, and bring those arms down by yourself. And just take your knees back into a tabletop position, arms out on either side. And you're just going to start to bring the knees over to the left and gaze to the right. And then back the other way, so always gazing in the opposite direction of your knees. So twists, keep in time with your breath, are really, really, really amazing for the body. And we are going to do a twist focus class this week. I just need to get around to writing it for you lovely lot. And just keep that twist flowing. So what twists do is they compress our organs and they release all the toxins, all the bad, nasty stuff. And then when we release the twist, fresh blood flows through our organs. So if we think of it as wringing out a dirty dishcloth, which one of my favorite yoga teachers once said, and then I stole the phrase, and then letting fresh water flow through us when we release the twist, and gently bring yourself back to center, hug your knees into your chest, and gently rock from side to side to massage that spine on the mat. And as always, we finish with our full body stretch, reaching all the way from one side of the room to the other. Point the fingers, point the toes. You're really reaching, reaching, reaching. Imagine someone's got you by the fingers, someone's got you by the toes. They're trying to add an extra inch or two onto your body. You're so tense, you can't get away. Tension in every single part of your body, including your face, eyes, nose, and mouth all screwed up. Tiny, make the ugliest face you've ever made in your life. Reaching, reaching. They've got you by the fingers, they've got you by the toes. You can't get away. It's almost painful, this stretch. And I want you to pour everything into it. Pour everything that's annoying you, every little bit of aggravation, irritation, every little thing that's getting on your nerve, no matter how big or small, we're pouring it all in. We're going to get it all out. I want, even if it's nothing to do with this situation now, everything that's irritating you, put it into this stretch. We're stretching, tension in every part of the body. We build it up, we build it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5. Oh, biggest motion you've ever made. Really, really get that stretch in. And 1, let go. Arms down, bars. And breathe. Now you are very welcome to grab a jumper or a blanket or a glass of water. And you are also very welcome to choose where you'd like to take your Shavasana. So I always recommend taking it lying on your mats. It's such a treat just to have those moments yourself. But you can also take it seated. I'm going to come seated so I can talk to you properly. You can also take it with your knees bent. So if you've got quite a deep bend in the back, you're quite lordotic, you're very welcome to bend the knees, which brings the spine nice and flat. You can also pop a cushion underneath your lower back, or you can be in reclined bound angle with your feet together like palms. However feels comfortable for you, it's your time. You can lie in fetal position as well if you want to, with a cushion between your knees, wherever you're lying. And also if you want to dim your lights, if you've got candles as well, that's lovely. And just bring yourself down onto your mats, eyes closed, palms facing up towards the sky. And take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. We're just bringing ourselves back to where we were at the beginning of the class. No thoughts or worries. We take that imaginary broom and we sweep our minds completely clear. Leaving the room, our mind completely empty, with only our breath rushing in and out. Allowing our breath to cleanse our organs as we inhale, fill the lungs. And exhale, release. And take these moments before we shut off our bodies. Just be completely thankful for our practice and for still being able to connect, for our bodies, for our health. And just allow us this moment of gratitude. And then checking in with our tension points and making sure those shoulders are down away from the ears, creating space for the neck to grow. Our jaw is unlocked and our back teeth unclenched. Tongue down away from the roof of the mouth. And facial features soft and gentle. And let's take our attention down towards our feet. Feeling each toe unravel one by one as our feet fall open and we switch off. Ankles, calves, knees and thighs lightweight, as though someone's taken the batteries out of a robot and it's become limp, lifeless, switched off, all the way up to the base of our spine. Feel each vertebrae melt down into the mat, drawing you down towards the ground, becoming one with the earth. Each vertebrae unraveling, pressing down like someone is pressing down the keys of a piano. All the way up towards your shoulders. And feel those shoulders melt down away from your spine. all the way down into the mat, trickling down, melting into the mat like lava. And as your shoulders melt away, they create space for your neck to grow long, space between your shoulders and your ears. Arms become lightweight at your side. Switch off so your palms fall open and each fingertip unravels. Neck long, head light, free of thoughts and worries and tension. Switching off the mind, switching off the facial features. No tightness or tension. Unlock the jaw. Finally, take your attention to your chest and your abdomen. That slow and steady rise and fall of your breath as you inhale and exhale. Maybe it's so quiet you can hear your heartbeat slowing in time with your breath. We take this moment to really focus in on our breath and allow our bodies to melt into the mat. Really appreciate that feeling of completely and utterly giving in to ourselves. As we inhale and exhale. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to draw awareness back into your bodies. Drawing your knees in towards your chest. And slowly and gently rock from side to side. And bring yourself all the way over onto the right hand side into a fetal position. And then gently bringing yourself up to seated on your mats. Palms on your knees. Shoulders down, inhale. And exhale. And let's take a nice deep inhale. And as we exhale this time, we're going to sigh really loudly and let everything go. Inhale. And exhale. And once more, inhale. And draw your palms together at heart center. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me. Facebook, I am so sorry I lost the stream and then I couldn't get it back on for a little while. But the whole flow will be up on Facebook, on YouTube, I think tomorrow. So don't worry, if you did miss it, then you can take it again. You guys, as always, are an absolute privilege to teach and to flow with, and I love connecting with you all. And please feel free to drop me a comment, either on Facebook or on Zoom before I end the meeting. But on Facebook, you can do it at any time, and let me know what you guys would like to